So yeah, so we can return to our wonderful meditative readiness. Which we all basically know how to do, which is cool. Um, so we're still grounded, you know, everything that was going on is kind of active on some level still. Um, so we still have the support of the dark crystal intelligences. Um, Obviously, we're still in the equinox moment. And I'll invite you to get a sense of yourself, um, specifically relating to the space around you, um, physical, energetic space. Perhaps just giving attention to yourself as a solid object, or apparently, you know, a solid being within a space that is considered transparent. I mean, I'm just speaking on a very obvious physical level, your body and the air around you. So really feel your solidity and feel the great fluidity which surrounds you. Just savoring that contrast. The transparency changing so quickly, always changing so quickly that it appears to have no structure. And yourself, your body, which changes very slowly, and so it appears to have more structure. This contrast is essential to learning and being what we are at the moment, understanding ourselves as a more solid being, as a sentience which is slower to change, in relationship to that which changes very quickly. It can also be thought of as opaqueness and transparency, the transparency of the immediate environment and the opaqueness of the body. And I'm going to suggest something that could be considered radical, which is that the slowness and the solidity of the self and the quickness and transparency of the immediate environment are born of one material, one matrix. And that matrix is neither solid nor transparent. It includes both, and it's neither, of course. And what we'll do is very simple. We're just going to allow and create natural fissures to arise that can reveal the sameness of the solidity and the transparency. So easily and with a great sense of being cared for, being loved. Perhaps rifts can open in the space around you, which give glimpses of the matrix of which self and other are both composed. What is the body and what is not the body are both within this matrix. And we're consciously allowing some openings into and through that deeper space, that underlying stuff. It can be thought of as body and soul meeting or discovering their oneness. It can also simply be a sensory experience. Letting these little tears or spaces be open, so that the matrix of both self and other can be experienced directly. You may have tears that are very fast moving, or they may be pretty steady. You might really feel this in your body, or it might feel more imaginary. As always, any experience is welcome. You might find yourself in a new space where it's very difficult to know or define whether it's sensory or imaginary. So don't worry too much about knowing or defining. You might also notice that um, none of your ordinary boundaries are interrupted. Somehow these tears appear without disrupting anything. You still feel solid. The air still feels transparent and fluid. So in a sense, nothing's changed. But within that is a new awareness, or an opportunity to experience the soul and the body more together. And nothing is interrupted because it was already one seamless reality. Before we brought our attention to it. Bringing understanding to the soul and the body, understanding them as a whole. and understanding that a separation or a distinction is necessary to have an individuated experience. So that's not changed at all, but also the individual and the environment come from the same stuff, the same higher order. We'll spend just another minute or two with this. And the places that reveal the oneness of the soul and the body can come and go. I'd really like to just stay here for longer, but for the moment, I'm going to invite us to bring our attention back to where we were at the beginning. Just, I am this, that is that. I move slow, that moves fast. And you can let the tears or strips of light or whatever they are recede to be part of the background again. And just invite yourself back into your normal spatial relationships. Back into a healthy sense of your boundaries. And eventually back to conscious awareness, where you're able to do your next things that you want or need to do. Feeling yourself grounded in your body and sure of where you are. And available to engage with the myriad goings on that are going to go on.